Treat meditation like a tool and make sure the tool doesn't work you. And what do I mean by this? When I first started meditating, I realized that when I was trying to force myself or my mind to do something different, like not think or try to reach this like enlightenment state of mindset, what happened was I was making the situation worse. And one of the craziest things I've experienced in my life was when I started learning how to swim. And again, I started swimming, and the progression obviously is to learn how to swim in deep water. And I remember my trainer telling me, all right, we're gonna jump, you're gonna jump into the deep water and you're gonna float. And this was a moment where I realized that I have to do this. And the moment I jumped into the water, I tried to float. I was forcing myself to float. I was trying everything I could, and I was actually making the situation worse because I was exerting more energy than I should have been. And that made me really tired, and I started semi-drowning, and my trainer had to help me out of the water. See, this is the same exact idea when it comes to meditation. When you sit down to meditate, when you force yourself to not think of thoughts, when you force yourself not to have these emotions that come up when you're meditating, you're making it worse. You're actually making it more of a reason for it to keep coming up in your mindset. And that's why the idea of just simply, observing and simply just, putting these thoughts into bubbles and let them float, by your mindset or by your eyes, to help you see these thoughts as something that's separate from who you are as a person. And when you start doing that, you start becoming more mindful, and you start realizing like, oh, these thoughts are interesting. Like, these thoughts aren't part of me. They're just thoughts that just come up in my mindset. So I hope this really helped with trying to understand, the more we do, the worse it gets in meditation. It's, in everyday lifestyle, the opposite is true. Like, the more we do, we think that the better it's gonna get. But with meditation, it's the opposite. It's about just sitting and relaxing and observing and accepting what's happening in your mind.